Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do. I am back with a new makeup releases video. This is my Will I Buy It series that I typically post every single Wednesday. I did take last Wednesday off for personal reasons, but we are back this week, which means we have 2 weeks of new makeup releases to get through. So this is gonna be quite a video. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome. So I always start off my videos with an outfit of the day, and today we are truly in like a YouTuber outfit. I have my wine night sweatpants on, got these from Target, and then I just have a sports bra on, but it looks like when I'm sitting down, looks like it could be a fun shirt, right? And I was wearing it as I was filming this makeup look, and then I thought that it kind of went together, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave it on and nobody will know, except I do an outfit of the day at the beginning of every video, so now everybody knows I'm just wearing a sports bra, but it's all good. I do always link everything that I am wearing down below. I got these sweatpants last year, so I don't know if they'll still be at Target or not, but that's where I ended up getting them. But I will list all of my makeup down below. I will jump into what I have on my eyes at the beginning of the video. But like I said, I did miss last week, and thank you to everyone who wrote in such sweet messages. Last Wednesday actually would have been what would have been my 9th wedding anniversary. So this is the 2nd year since I have separated from my husband and then did get a divorce. And last year I was in really bad shape pretty much the entire week, and then this week as well. It was not the brightest of weeks for me. And for whatever reason, I also decided I was going to vlog that week. So there will be a vlog coming, and you will see on Wednesday that I wasn't doing well. I wasn't doing well pretty much any day of the week, even up until yesterday. I'm filming this on Tuesday like I normally do, and I still just was a little bit more of a hard time for me. So I was trying to listen to myself and put myself and my mental health first. So I really do appreciate all of the kind messages and all of the concern as well, because it is not very often that I miss a Will I Buy It video. I think I've maybe not uploaded like 4 times in the past like 5 or 6 years that I've been doing this series on a weekly basis. So thank you so much, but I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm feeling back on my routine, which is great. I did film this makeup look, which will be on my Instagram and also on my TikTok. So I will have those linked, but I did use the new Kaleidos collection that came in. Oh yes, my hair. I'm going to a Nelly concert on Saturday or Friday or whatever. One of the days, they switched the days, so now I'm very confused. And me and all of my girlfriends are going like full early 2000s theme. So I've been trying to figure out what to do. So I might do my hair like this. This feels very 2000s, right? Like early 2000s. That's what we're attempting today. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm also really excited to see Nelly. Like, I can't wait. I did use the new Kaleidos collection, so this is available now. So I would have chatted about this last week, but then I did actually get it in PR, so that's great because now I can show you, and I can show you what I used today. So I used the Quad in Glowing Iris. I used all 4 of these shades on my eyes, and they are stunning. The last collection that came out, the Smoky Nostalgia from Kaleidos, I was so impressed with. I enjoyed those so much, especially the eyeshadow palettes I thought were beautiful, and I really enjoy the packaging on these. I think that it's stunning. The other Quad is in Flowing Haze. I also cannot wait to use this one. I love that we have some neutrals in here, but this beautiful shimmer once again. But I love purples, and these are kind of on that like purple bluish side, and this was the one that just stuck out to me the most. I was like, I have to try this one. So far so good for the Quads. They did also come out with eyeliners, and I used this one today, which is in Night of Creation, which I think is what the collection is called, but that's also what this eyeliner is. And this eyeliner is so smooth, it's so vibrant. Some of the eyeliners are a little bit more duochrome. I'm probably gonna do a swatch video as well. Maybe I can put it up as a shorts video, because I don't think with how many days I did take off from filming, I don't think I will be able to get a dedicated video on the collection. And again, it should already be live to purchase on the Kaleidos website. But the eyeliners are also super fun, and this purple, again, so easy, so smooth to use. I was like, okay, like eyeliners are not necessarily usually the most exciting launch ever, but these are fun, and they have, I think, like 6 different shades of the eyeliners, and I was very impressed with those. So looking at the Kaleidos website, it looks like the eyeshadow quads are going to be $22 each, and then we do have the eyeliners. Those are going to retail for $16, And then I believe the Night of Creation full set, right now it's saying it's $140, but that's crossed off and it says $120. I'm not sure how long it will be at that discounted price, but that's available. There's a few different launch offers as well, such as receive a free tone activator eye primer with a $120 purchase, or get a free red and pink knitted bag with a $175 purchase. So again, that collection is, I believe it was launching the 14th, so it should be launching the day that this video is going up. So I will have a link for it down below. I know a lot of you asked me, because I did love the Smoky Nostalgia so much, a lot of you asked me if I did have an affiliate code with them. I did not, but I did reach out to Kaleidos to ask if they had an affiliate program that I could apply to, and they currently do not have an affiliate program. I just wanted to mention that because I know I got a lot of those questions when I was talking about their last collection. This is another beautiful collection from an indie brand. I was very impressed with it, and I'm really digging the way the eyes came out today. Okay, I am looking at my screenshot folder on my phone, and I'm just like, we have a lot to get through with it being 2 weeks. We're getting nearer to holiday time, which means there's a lot of holiday releases coming out. So I'm gonna try to touch on them as quickly as I can. Should we do like a, how long do you think this video is gonna be? That won't work because you can already see it from the timestamp. I'm saying over under 40 minutes. I think I might be over 40 minutes in this one. I'm gonna look at the timestamp right now, see what we think. But let's jump into some holiday. Of course, we have some more from Too Faced. I feel like we've already touched on some Too Faced holiday for 2022, but we have the Christmas Bake Shop, which is at $54. There's a You Drive Me Glazy, $48. There's a Secret Santa mini eyeshadow palette for $29. Again, these are just a few of the products that I'm seeing. I'm sure that Too Faced is coming out with even more as we get closer to November and December. Nothing in this photo screams that I need it. When I talk about holiday, for me personally, and this video is called Will I Buy It? It's not like, should you buy it or are we all buying it? It's just like, am I buying it? For me personally, with my makeup collection, I don't go for these holiday sets all that much, but there definitely was a time that I did. The Benefit box set, that was one of my first like big makeup purchases that I felt very cool about, that had a variety of different products in there. So I'm not hating on holiday. I just like to encourage that it is worth it if you are buying it. I know some people do like the collector items and that sort of thing. I mean, we all collect different things, so that's totally fine. If you're gifting it out to someone, like these are really cute gift ideas. This like Christmas bake shop, I mean, just like the packaging on everything, so cute. Kind of reminds me of, what was that? My Easy Bake Oven, Little Easy Bake Oven, something like a little bake oven. I definitely had one of those. It obviously did me no good since I still don't really have any skills in the kitchen, but I definitely thought it was cute. So these are fun. Again, are they gonna be products that I need or I feel like I need to purchase? No. I know a lot of times holiday does do well on the YouTuber side of things, buying the collections and trying them out, but I've been really talking recently about how I'm trying to get over the buying just to buy, buying so much makeup. I'm trying to be more mindful with my makeup purchases. And then also I did a video that went up yesterday talking about makeup backups and kind of my mindset on that, and I mentioned in there about watching the home edit and like organizing these homes, and one of the things that they say is organize everything so it has its place. Usually it's like one of the acrylic drawers or whatnot, and when it gets too full, in order to bring something in, you have to take something out, and that's really a mindset that I want to try to get. Like I want to get on that track. I want to get in that car and be on that track, so I don't just become so over-consumed and overwhelmed with makeup on such a regular basis. So if you haven't checked out that video, I hope that you will, because also the comments in there are extremely interesting right now. I've been having a blast all day reading what people are saying about their mindset with makeup purchases, with purchasing products just because they're going on sale, this fear of not having like our favorite eyeshadow palette or our favorite foundation. The comments have really been so interesting, especially on a lot of my videos recently, talking about more mindset and makeup. I've done some different content here as well. On Monday, I posted a video on all of the books I read in August. I really want to start bringing back in some more book content as well, because that's another part of my life and another huge part of my career. I started as a blogger. I do book reviews. I'm a self-published author of 8 with my 9th one on its way. I still write book reviews for my blog on a regular basis. I read all of the time. So I feel like maybe adding in some extra content like that will also help the mindset that I have been in of like, get the new makeup, get the new makeup, get the new makeup all of the time. Because I think even a few years ago, I would be like, I should pick up some of these holiday products solely just to film a video on. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think creators who do that are really helpful to consumers. And for a while there, I think that was a crutch I was hiding behind. Like I was like, I can keep spending all of this makeup because I'm helping people. At this point, I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like for me personally, I'm necessarily helping anyone, or I feel like I'm hurting myself more than I'm helping others. And so that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm trying to do. But I of course still love makeup, and when I first started talking about being a little bit more mindful with my purchases, you know, I was getting asked, am I still gonna keep doing this series? And yeah, and this series was born out of not being able to afford buying all the new makeup purchases, so let's still talk about them. So yeah, I'm definitely still gonna continue this series. And I know missing a week probably had people like, what? But again, that was just personal reasons. But to move over to some more holiday, I believe this one is holiday, right? Yes, this is from Hourglass. This is their Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked collection, and this includes 3 palettes. I was a little bit surprised to see the 3 because typically Hourglass only comes out with 1 palette geared at 1 skin tone. So it's good to see that we have a little bit of difference. I feel like this is good. I feel like it could definitely go a little bit more. In one photo, it does look like the darkest palette does look not pretty dark, but it looks darker. But then in the up close photos, I don't really get that sense of it. So it's one of those where it's kind of hard to tell just from looking at the photographs. And sometimes that just is what it is too. They look different in real life. They look different in different lighting, different angles, that sort of thing. But I am glad to see something a little bit different here. I'm not going to be picking this up. It's probably going to be pretty expensive. The Hourglass Unlocked palettes usually are, and I actually just posted a video over the weekend ranking all of my face palettes in my collection, and I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting 4 palette. I don't even know which year we were in for that one, and I never use it. It is like that video was titled Dust Collectors because I don't reach for my face palettes all that often, and especially the one like Hourglass. I just was personally never really able to get into their face products, their finishing powders. Even like I liked the bronzer out of there, but especially using these larger face palettes, they are truly, like you could see me wipe my finger and come up with dust on them. So it definitely would not be a good purchase for me. Again, thinking YouTube wise, these videos usually do really well. People have a lot of curiosity about these Hourglass palettes and if they should buy them or not. So those videos are super helpful. Again, I just don't personally want to be putting my money towards it right now. From Benefit Cosmetics for their holiday collection, we have a lot going on. We have a lot going on the screen right here. So we have the Cheek the Male Blusher Bronzer Highlight Cheek Palette. Also some brow product sets. Of course, there's an advent calendar. I think those usually do well. People have a lot of fun with those. There's blusher and bronzer sets, primer sets. I mean, you can just tell from the photo, there's a lot going on here. I think a lot of it, once again, very cute. It's fun to see like the directions that brands go in for holiday. I am imagining like the marketing and the like design team, like they have to have fun during this time. It's kind of like the doing something a little bit different, and it's going to be limited edition, and there's only going to be a certain amount of products, and then we can just move on to the next one. I don't know. I think it must be fun to work on stuff like that. I will say there's a really beautiful highlighter in here like this Cheek the Male. It has the Hoola bronzer, the Terra blush, and the Cookie highlight. That I think could do really well because the Hoola bronzer, that's kind of like a staple for Benefit. The Cookie highlight is really beautiful. That got a lot of attention when it was releasing. I want to say, did the Cookie highlight originally come out, am I remembering this correctly? Did it come out like in a palette and then people wanted it so badly as a single? I might be wrong. I might be thinking of something else. But that Cheek the Male, honestly, that looks really beautiful. There's a highlight in this photo as well that looks gorgeous, but I don't have the Hoola, see here I go. I don't have the Hoola bronzer. I do have the Cookie highlight, but it'd be like I could declutter that and I could get this Cheek the Male because that looks like actually a very cute face palette. Do I have to have it? Definitely not. But there's not been a lot holiday wise that has really been calling my attention, and I have to say that was the first one that I was like, that's cute. Like I like the name, I like the packaging. Like I'm definitely not against that, and it doesn't feel like I feel like sometimes with Too Faced, like their eyeshadow palettes look very just kind of put together. Sometimes the quality isn't as good. Tarte is another one that's oftentimes people have complained that the quality is not the same. They're usually being produced in different, I don't know if I want to say labs here, but they're being produced in different, oh, what am I trying to say? They're being produced in different locations and the quality is not the same. But with those, it's like, as long as the quality was the same, I would use them. So this is where I get a little like with Holiday, like should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? It's a tough one. The advent calendar, I think this is actually a good idea. From what I can see, it looks like a brow pencil, a primer, a mascara, doing stuff like that. And again, what I talked about in the makeup backup videos, I mentioned that both mascara and brow pencils, I do not mind buying backups of because I go through those products on a regular basis and I'm consistently buying them. So something like if they're in a set or if they're on sale, a lot of times I buy my favorites because it's like, I know that I'm going to be using these and I know that I will be doing the whole taking out of my collection. Oh, they actually do have the full photo here. Okay, so there's a lot of mascaras, there's the Hoola bronzer, there's some more brow products. You know, if you really wanted to try something, you definitely could. They have a lot of other sets as well. Again, I actually, out of the Benefit Holiday, I don't think that this looks bad. As long as it's the same quality of their products, which it looks like, to me, it should be. Again, eyeshadows I feel like can get a little bit different, and brands, even just on their regular releases, can change the eyeshadow quality and the eyeshadow formula. But if you're getting like primers, mascaras, brow products, I don't know, those sets don't look bad. I honestly can't really fault Benefit for this one. Their holiday collection is actually looking pretty good. All right, Makeup Revolution has an advent calendar coming out for holiday. This is the You Are the Revolution 25-day advent calendar. It is going to be $55, includes lip, face, eye products, and more. I will not lie, when I saw this on Trendmood, I immediately thought this was Charlotte Tilbury. Makeup Revolution is kind of known for duping the vibes of other brands or just straight duping other brands. For this one, I don't think that I would really need anything from here. I think that it's beautiful. Again, I think advent calendars are fun and they're just like, for me, I love a good advent calendar. I feel like, oh my gosh, where was the store? There was one year where people were telling me there was like, was it a wine and cheese advent calendar at, not Costco, Aldi's. I think it was Aldi. Is it Aldi or Aldi's? And I don't think we have an Aldi in Las Vegas. I remember going to an Aldi, which I hadn't stepped foot into an Aldi since I took my grandmother grocery shopping there decades ago. And I was trying to find it and it was already sold out, but like something like that, now that really gets my attention. An advent calendar of Makeup Revolution. I don't really love the brand. Not a lot of sticks out to me from them. So I know that I could pass on that one. The next holiday collection I have is from Tarte. So again, Tarte has been kind of iffy over the years of their quality, if it's really worth it. But I will say, looking at the photos, I was like, I mean, I feel like maybe some of the brands are kind of stepping it up with their holiday. So we have the Gilded Glamour Amazonian Clay Eyeshadow Wardrobe for $54. There's some different lip sets, a lot of Shape Tape involved in some of these sets. There's a Glamazon face palette with 4 cheek colors for $42. There's brushes. The Modern Mosaic Palette Wardrobe. This is an eye and cream cheek palette for $49. And then again, a lot of different sets in here. The Man Eater is shown in here. The Man Eater is a palette that I decided not to get because it was too large for me. So I did a video, the first type of video of me doing a palette redesign is up on my channel if you want to check that one out. Again, just trying to think of different ideas to not feel so pressured by buying the new makeup. So take a palette that I like and I thought was pretty, but I didn't think I would get enough use out of it, and turn it into something that it was like, oh, if it was this, I think that I would use it. So I can link that one up in the card. I think this is a very good looking holiday collection. There's not a lot that I would need. The face palette that has the 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight, I'm like, maybe, you know, if I'm gonna go for a face palette, I don't want it to be like the other palette that's pictured here, which looks like it has 6 blushes and a highlighter. Like, I just don't need a palette with 6 blushes. I get it. On the flip side though, I had someone comment on my face palette video. She said, this is why I'm glad I have one giant face palette, but she has one big face palette with multiple blushes, like multiple bronzers, a highlighter or 2 in there, because she's like, I just use that one all of the time because I have all of my options in there. So she doesn't need a bunch of singles. And I was like, that's a great point. Like, you know, obviously it just always goes to show that everyone's makeup preferences are going to be so different, and what works for the best for someone doesn't work the best for someone else. But for me, I just kind of prefer my singles. So while this face palette I think does look really beautiful, it's just not something that I would get a lot of use out of. Again, if I'm thinking about buying potentially something for holiday, right now I still think the benefit is calling my attention a little bit more. There's a lot of these brush sets. The Maracuja lip plums, I did actually think those were a good product. I purchased one recently from Sephora. I've reviewed it on my channel. I thought they were nice. So there's a couple different sets that feature them. Again, if you want to try a handful of different shades at one time, or do like stocking stuffers with your friends, anything like that. I have to say, like, I don't feel like the Tarte's holiday collection looks all that bad either. I feel like Tarte, Benefit, I'm like, okay, like, we got some new people in there maybe, we got some fresh ideas, or maybe we're just getting out of, you know, it's something that I've definitely had to learn too over the years. I've been on social media for so long. I've been doing this career for so long. And sometimes it's like, oh, you know what works. Let's just keep doing that and doing that and doing that. But then it's like, you have to evolve at some point. Your content has to evolve. You have to switch things up. I feel like that's a little bit of what I'm getting from some of these brands with their holiday collections is they've kind of moved on from just falling back to that old crutch of, we know what works, we know what will sell, like let's do something a little bit newer, a little bit fresher. I'm not mad at the direction for sure. Next up we have from MAC Cosmetics. Here is their holiday collection, or at least like the start of their holiday collection. Obviously we have a lot going on here as well. Lipstick trios, not at all surprised to see shades like Whirl and Ruby Woo. I feel like those are always included. Some eye kits, definitely some mascaras in here, some lip gloss kits. The Topped with a Bow eye duo is actually quite cute. There's face palettes, eyeshadow palettes. Again, a taste of matte lipstick. These have 5 lipsticks to them. Right, so again, I don't feel like it looks bad. I like the packaging. Again, I try to think of what these workers must be thinking about when they're coming out these collections, and like sparkles and champagne, and I don't like, honestly, the Benefit, like the cheek one, like the cheek the mail, like I just, so good. I thought that was such a good idea. So for MAC, I do still like their lipsticks. Like I have mentioned, Honey Love, the lipstick that I really enjoyed. The MAC Whirl lip liner I still use all of the time. Honestly, if they had a set maybe with like a few different lip liners, I like might purchase that, because my Whirl is, nope, see, here I go. This is exactly what I was saying in my makeup backups video. I have, like, yes, my MAC Whirl is definitely used. I have sharpened it many times, but it's not like it's this big. I do not need to purchase. This is the mindset. This is the mindset we're trying to get out of. And I feel like if a lot of us have been on beauty YouTube for a long time, like, you know, this mindset that I'm thinking about and that I'm trying to get out of. There is no reason for me right now to purchase another MAC lip liner. I have plenty. The ones with the little bows on them, I think that's actually quite adorable. Do I have to have them? No. There's that little duo. The MAC Max Sack mascara, I know a lot of people really love that product, but I actually thought it was horrible. So for me, I look at the highlight too, and I think of the highlight that got us all, that we thought was gonna be so beautiful, but it was just the overspray. Oh man, the vivid memories that we have of being on beauty YouTube for such a long time, I definitely recall that one. So for me, out of the MAC collection, not a lot. I would say still the Benefit and the Tarte are calling to me a little bit more. What holiday collections and what brands do you think are really doing well with holiday right now? Obviously, we are only in September. There's a lot more to come. I'm sure we will be having a holiday segment, and there might even be more that pops up in this video. Those were just the main ones that wait, nope, there is more for holiday. Let's talk about Kylie Cosmetics real quick. So Kylie Cosmetics, the holiday collection, we have a reindeer liquid lipstick set. There's more glosses in here. There's like ornament products as well. Nothing out of here I think really gets to me. Like this face palette kind of reminds me a little bit of Natasha Denona. The Kylie lip products just don't, I just don't feel like I'm missing anything by not having any of her products in my collection. So you know, cutesy, but this is one that I feel like is just kind of like falling back on what they know works, and that the Kylie name will sell a lot of products. But again, like I was saying, curious to know like what brands are calling to you right now for holiday. Do you think that you will be buying holiday collections? Are you someone who normally does? Again, I've just been really appreciative of my comment section recently, because I feel like we're having like interesting conversations amongst each other, not even just with me. I go into my comment section, I see a comment and I see 8, 10, 12 responses underneath, and I'm like, how cool is that? Like, I think that's really neat. I've always been someone that's more focused on community than I am over much of anything else. So I'm just really thankful to everyone who's been leaving their feedback, and I'd love to know what you're thinking about the holiday. All right, also Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with another collection with her mother. So we'll move over to maybe some more collections. I was like trying to organize my screenshot list because I was like, this is gonna be such an overwhelming week and I don't wanna miss anything. But we have the Kylie Cosmetics and Kris Jenner Round 2 collection. This has a lip serum, there's under eye patches, a pressed powder palette, matte lip crayon set, and a blush and highlighter cheek duo. So this is gonna be available today as this video is going live. As with a lot of Kylie collections, I feel like the standout of this collection is the marketing photos and the promo photos. Like, Kylie's always looking great. Kris, you know, doesn't age or has a lot of help in like not aging. I don't really know, you know, not to speculate, but like the photos, I'm like, how beautiful and how fun to be able to do that with your mom. I think that's such a neat thing. Like, how awesome. Am I gonna buy anything in this collection? Not a chance. Not even a little bit. The eyeshadow palette, I'm like, that's what I think. The under eye patches, I'm like, that's a cute touch. I mean, I get it, and I'm sure that it will sell well. Again, Kylie's name sells so much, and Kris's name sells so much. So I'm sure this collection is going to do just fine, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Glam Light Dirty Martini collection, and I love that palette, and I think that it's great. So I can just continue to use that, and to me, that palette definitely screams more Dirty Martini than this one does right here. So I am going to be skipping on that collection. And then I see from One Size, they are doing a collaboration with Disney and the Fantasia collection. I will say I'm not familiar with Fantasia. In most of these Will I Buy It videos, I talk about not knowing a lot for TV shows and movies. I did watch a movie over the weekend though, which is very surprising. I was just kind of in one of those moods, like all I wanted was popcorn and M&Ms. You know what I mean? Like, I'm at the movie theater and my friend had wanted to watch Hustlers with J-Lo, and I was like, okay. Like, I thought maybe I had heard of the movie, but I wasn't sure, and then we started watching it and I was like, what do you make me watch? And she was like, just watch it, it's supposed to be good. I was like, okay. And actually, I thought it was really good. I didn't realize it was based on a true story. I thought it was quite interesting. So if there's a collaboration with Hustlers, your girl's gonna know what it is. The Fantasia collection, I'm not sure what it is, and I was looking at the collection and nothing was really popping out at me, but when I was reading the collections, people were saying that the Fantasia movie is really like colorful and bold were some of the words that I was seeing, and so people were like really unhappy with this collection. And that's always the hard part of doing a collaboration with a franchise, with a show, with a just anything like that, especially if people love it so much. They are definitely going to have certain expectations for it. So it seemed like this one was falling flat for quite a bit of people. Again, the palette with the different shades, like nothing about this really jumped out to me. The highlighter is pretty, but nothing here that I was like, oh wow, I need to grab that one. So again, that would be one that I personally would skip. From Besame Cosmetics, when I saw this photo, I definitely did not think Besame Cosmetics. This is a Disney collection as well. Everyone is collaborating with Disney. And this is the Villains collection. It says just in time for Halloween. There's a lot in here: lipsticks, eyeshadow palette, nail polishes. There's an Ursula necklace, a magnificent ring, coming soon to the website. I believe that this is available now. I believe it is. This is what I have seen a lot of people be very excited over this. And again, when I looked at this, I would not have thought of Besame. Besame is known for their very vintage, classic makeup products, which is awesome. When I see this, I'm like, this is something completely different, but I am not mad about it for sure. The eyeshadow palette looks so beautiful. I love the purples in here. I love, like, I was just kind of shook seeing this collection, and I'm like, do I want anything in here? I kind of would like the eyeshadow palette. Besame Cosmetics is usually a little bit more expensive. I have some new products. I did purchase the Natasha Denona My Dream collection. I have the eyeshadow palette. I'll be doing a video on it shortly. I just got my package in yesterday. I pre-ordered it early on Sephora. It was supposed to ship. I got 2 different shipping emails from Sephora saying it was delayed. Like, at that point, I should have just canceled it and gone into Sephora to buy it, but that one is coming to me. So I'm like, I don't know if I really should do it, but I kind of want to do it because I'm just very impressed with how this collection looks. And then we do also have another Villains, Disney Villains collection coming. This is with Essence and Catrice. It says Essence, Catrice / Disney. All right, so both of the collections have eyeshadow palettes. Some have highlighters, liquid highlighters, primers, blushes, brushes, mascaras. So this is a lot going on, but honestly, once again, when I look at this photo, I'm like, oh wow, like, oh, let me see what's going on here. I definitely see some of the villains on here. Scar, I mean, oh my gosh, we had trivia the other night. Trivia question, who knows this? Let's see if you're paying attention. Trivia question. I'm hoping that I will be on I like to do these videos as what's called a premiere on YouTube, where we chat live in the comments when the video goes live for the first time. So let's see who knows it. We had a tiebreaker. Then the teams have one question that they answer, and it's usually you have to give like multiple answers, and whoever gets the most. So I believe there was it 5? And we had to list off the main lions in The Lion King, right? So there's Simba and Nala and Scar and the dad and the mom. None of us knew the mom's name. Who was Simba's mom's name? Simba's mom's name in The Lion King. Let me know if you know it. None of us got it. None of us got it. We did not know. I was like, man, that's a bummer. But I just thought I would throw in a little trivia here. This collection, once again, I think this looks really cool. Like some of these eyeshadow palettes, again, purples just draw to me so much that my eyes kind of go to these. Know that this will be a more affordable collection as well. And I have to say, like, I kind of would like to grab something from here. Probably an eyeshadow palette, which then I'm like, do I really need it? But I think this collection looks really cool. I don't know what it is about the villains calling me recently. What? Is a change coming? Speaking of villains, let's talk about the ColourPop and Hogwarts collection, the ColourPop and Harry Potter collection. So I will have a photo on the screen here. So for this collection, we have a pressed powder palette, which was $30. There was liners, Super Shocks, some different lip products in here. The full collection was $170. So this was available last week. So a little bit to discuss here. When I first saw that ColourPop was collaborating with Harry Potter, I instantly reposted it to my Instagram because I was like, I'm so excited. I know who Harry Potter is. I read probably like the first 2 maybe Harry Potter books to my brother when we were young. Like he was really young. I just like to read, and I always had a fascination with reading out loud. Like I used to record myself reading out loud. I mean, it makes sense where my life has gone for sure. It's like, oh, how fun. Like I definitely know. Have I read any further of the books? Like, no, I never really got into them the way so many other people did. I haven't seen any of the movies, but I'm like aware of the franchise, and I know the concept behind like the wizards and things like that. Like I don't really know a whole lot, which is kind of par for course. But again, I was just excited because I was like, wow, I know what this is. I can share a story about reading to my brother, and it's going to be great. And then I started seeing a lot of the backlash with J.K. Rowling. And I will also say that I knew that J.K. Rowling was not a very liked person, but I didn't really fully understand why or what happened. I'm not someone who goes on, I don't even know if I want to say like the news a lot, which I don't really go to the news a lot either, but like I'm not on Twitter anymore. Like the last time I sent out a tweet was, I think like right after I moved to Las Vegas last year, April. I just was finding the platform to be really bad for my mental health. And I just don't seek out negative things. And I try to balance that as best as I can with being aware of what's going on in the world without completely destroying my mental health. And I'm someone who is an empath, so I feel others' emotions so much. It's hard for me to watch movies that are sad. It's hard for me to read books that are sad. I have a really difficult time with like true crime, and I know so many people love the true crime genre. I struggle a lot with that. I will have nightmares. Like it's not great. So I don't actively seek out things that I know could be detrimental to my mental health, but I try to stay in the loop, or at least have an idea of what's going on. So I had some sort of idea about J.K. Rowling, but I took time, this was last weekend, to look into it a little bit more, Temptalia had a really great article on her blog that I thought really helped break it down. She also had multiple links in there to other websites that had their kind of opinion pieces, I guess I would say, and that helped me out. I'm just Googling also just J.K. Rowling's name in general, especially with a new book that she has coming up that I was able to learn about a little bit more. I didn't know J.K. Rowling wrote books under another name. I don't really know much about J.K. Rowling outside of she wrote the Harry Potter series, so I didn't realize she had these other books, and when I learned about them and learned kind of the intention behind them, it was definitely very eye-opening to me. When I read about the books and some of the things that she has been very proud to state online, it was definitely very jarring. And so I know that there's been a lot of backlash on the collection because of J.K. Rowling specifically. And I feel like this has really split a lot of people from the little bit that I've been able to see online. Again, this came at a time where I was kind of going off social media because all of my apps were on this day 9 years ago, here you are as a bride, and I'm like, perfection. You know, there was days where I just shut my phone off completely because I didn't want to be getting those types of reminders or having that going on, but I was still trying to understand this situation, this collection, and what it is that I could even say, knowing that I would be coming on to do this video. I did receive this collection in PR, and I will not be reviewing it or anything like that because I just do not feel comfortable doing it with what I have learned. The hard part is that J.K. Rowling is not just Harry Potter, and so many people love Harry Potter and love the franchise. I know all of my girlfriends back home in Iowa, one time they like made me take a test to see what house I was into, and I'm pretty positive it was the claw. I think it was called the Ravenclaw was the house that I was in, and I didn't know, but they loved it. Like, they dressed up one year as like Harry Potter characters, and I obviously did not do that because I didn't care at all. But I know that there's people who love Harry Potter, especially when it comes to their childhood. So I've seen ColourPop say this is our most requested collaboration, and I quite genuinely would not be shocked if that was the case. It's a huge franchise. It's so well known. I have no idea how many movies there are, but there's a lot of them. I couldn't tell you any of the actors in the movies, but I know that they've gone on to have huge success because of what they have done. Harry Potter is not just J.K. Rowling. At the same time, there is that fine line of supporting something that you don't believe in, supporting something that you feel is harmful or detrimental to a community, and a community that you care for, and a community that I try to be an ally to as best as I can. I definitely wouldn't say I'm any sort of the greatest, and I've learned a lot, and especially over the past 3-4 years, I feel like I've really learned a lot of even more of what it means to be an ally to the different communities that I'm not necessarily in, but I want to show my support to. So I made my decision not to feature the ColourPop and Harry Potter collection. I know there's a lot of creators who did. Everybody can have their different thoughts and opinions, and people can try to support or be an ally or what in different ways. It's one of the challenges these days of social media, of everybody having an opinion on everybody believing that what they are doing is right, when I like to think that a lot of people are just trying to do their best and what they think is right. And for me, I've definitely messed up. There's been times where I thought that I was doing the right thing, and then I stopped and educated myself more and listened more and asked questions more, and I was like, well, maybe that wasn't the best thing to do, but it was done with the best intentions. So at the end of the day, I can only do what I think is best, which is having this very brief conversation in this video and choosing not to support the collection. You can do what you think is best, and again, if you are such a lover of Harry Potter and you have those deep feelings, I can understand why you would want this collection or a piece of this collection. But if you also feel uncomfortable with it, then that's completely within your right to also not purchase it and not support the collection. So that's just a little bit of what I will say on there. Again, I'm trying to get through each of these collections and products as quickly as I can, knowing that I set the over-under for myself at 40 minutes. I missed this eyeshadow palette, and I don't know how, because I just really want to buy this. So this is from Dior. This is the Colors Couture palette. That's the name of this one. So this is an eyeshadow palette with 5 eyeshadows in a floral pattern in Golden Bouquet. Natural and beige golden shades around a deep brown. Like, I I love the attempt at describing this. Natural beige and golden shades around a deep brown. This is a $65 eyeshadow palette. When I look at this, I didn't know what I was looking at. I thought maybe it was like a brow kit. Like, I was like, what is this? And then to read it's called Colors Couture, I'm like, there's what? Like, are these face shades? Like, are they trying to make the Dior powder no powder, but into these like smaller, like, what's going on here? No, this palette is $65. Now, you know me, I know I'm wearing purple today. I love me a brown smoky eye. I love me a neutral look. But $65 on this is, I'm just gonna move on because I just truly don't even understand what it is that that's supposed to be. So we have a new collaboration with Morphe 2, and this is with Maddie Ziegler. This collection is a true reflection of her personal evolution and creative expansion. It includes an artistry palette for $18. There's also some liners, a freckle pen, and some hair clips. So this is available now and also at Ulta Beauty. I'm not sure who the collaborator is. Morphe 2 is not a brand that I've tried. I'm assuming Maddie is probably like a little bit of a younger demographic as well. That's kind of what it seems like Morphe 2's demographic is, a sister brand to Morphe, but nothing that I feel like I personally need from that collection. And then I see from, oh my gosh, this video, I should put the over under at 50 minutes. We have some new lip products from Give Beauty. This is the Pout to Get Clean Overlining, Pout to Get Real Clean Overlining Lip Liner. That seems like a lot going on. That's $22. There's also the Anaheim Line Clean Waterproof Lip Liner. I'm not sure what's going on with these names, but okie dokie. Will be available September 6th. And then we have the Bubble Pop Electric High Performance Clean Lip Gloss for $20. I've tried a few products from Give Beauty. I have their matte lipstick. I think that it's fine, but none of these I feel like I need to go out and purchase right away. From Rare Beauty, we have a new set available. This is the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush 3-piece set, which is $30. I have some of the liquid blushes and I really do like them. I really like the ones in the more like shimmer satin formula, but a set is not something that I necessarily need for myself right now. We have some new liquid highlighters and also contour and blush shades from Chic Glam Official. These are all going to be $5, which is a great price, not something that I necessarily feel like I need to be spending my money on at this moment. From Chantecaille, for their holiday collection, we have this Radiant Blush, a Radiance Powder, a Blur Glow Powder, and a Lip Crystal and Pink Opal. You know, it all looks so light. It looks so like one-dimensional in one color. I just can't say that it necessarily drew my attention to it. There's other products that I am more interested in. But also for holiday from Givenchy, I love the caption from Trendmood is "It's the packaging for me." We have the loose powder and 2 lipsticks right now. I just see coming soon, and most of the photos is really focused on the packaging, and I'm like, okay, so I think it's their products that they already have. It's just in this kind of elevated packaging for holiday. Again, do you really need it? Do I really need it? I can't speak for you. I can only speak for myself, and I don't think that I really need it. From Fenty Beauty, they have a new gloss bomb. This is the Gloss Bomb Ice, a lip luminizer with an immediate cooling effect, juicy wet look finish, and a minty scent is $24. I don't feel like I really need this one either. I talked about trying not to purchase as many lip glosses in my makeup backups video because it's something that I tend to purchase a lot. I think it's interesting with that like icy cool feeling, but not to the point where I think that I need to buy it. Oh, this collaboration, I got some really interesting tags on this one. This is Hip Dot and Mighty Neon, something. It's available for pre-order. It won't ship until December or January. The collector's box is $86. There's a pigment palette, a lipstick set, and a highlighter. I have no idea what this is, and someone messaged me and they said it's a show or a movie or something, and it's something about D&D, people reading D&D or talking about D&D, and I was like, well, what the heck is D&D? But again, to be honest with you, like I don't really care what it is. I know that I don't know what it is, and I'm like, so it's all good. If you are interested in it, I would love to know. Nothing in here really like draws my attention. The palette is pretty, but just not something that I need. I'm not familiar with the collaboration, so I'm going to pass on that one. This palette actually looks very interesting. This is the Next Urban Decay palette. The Next Naked palette. It's a collab with Urban Decay and Robin Eisenberg, who is an illustrator. The illustrator was inspired by the sunsets and varied shades of California. This is a limited edition palette with 12 shades from matte to metallic finishes. It's going to be coming soon. This to me is one of the most interesting releases Urban Decay has put out in a hot minute. From the outer packaging to what is inside, you get a double-ended brush in there. I think this palette looks so cool. I don't see a price on it. I do get some PR from Urban Decay, but I haven't received anything saying like, do you want our next collection? So I don't know if they'll be sending it out in PR. But this actually looks very interesting to me, and I'm really curious about the quality. The Urban Decay She Hulk, that the quality in there just didn't blow me away, so I'm very curious to see what that would be like, because I think that collection looks pretty cool, and I think a lot of people were excited about it and just surprised to see it. I was definitely surprised. This next one, this doesn't necessarily surprise me. It says They Did It Again, Be Perfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie MUA. So we have some different palettes in here. I feel like they've done so many collabs, and they've been rainbow palettes each time, so I'm not sure. I feel like if you already have some of the past collabs, you might have this in there, but like, congratulations. Like, obviously they must be doing well if they're gonna keep coming out with them again and again, but I can't say it's necessarily speaking to me. This is a new collection with Trixie Cosmetics, the Girl Talk collection. So we have a palette with a sticker sheet for $48. There's some glosses and also some lashes. So this one was more of like your, almost like a brighter pastel type palette. It's cute, but nothing that I think that I would get a ton of use out of. From Fenty Beauty, we have celebrating their 5th anniversary. This is a limited edition collector piece. There's only 100 available. This is the Fenty Icon Case Refillable Lipstick, Swarovski Crystal Case, dripped in 975 hand-applied gems. Each gem has been hand-applied, so each case is truly one of a kind. These are running for the low price of $500, and they are available now. So if you want to buy it, if you have an extra $500, I just want, like, is this just the case? Or is it also the lipstick? I'm like, it has to be the lipstick too, right? And then you, right? Please, right? I also feel like you could probably make your own. I mean, how many times have we bedazzled something, right? Like, we've definitely bedazzled stuff. The 90s are coming back. Bedazzling has to be coming back. If you really wanted to, you probably could. But hey, if you have $500 and that's what you want to spend your extra $500 on, like, go do it. Who cares? Like, it'll definitely be something to talk about. It'll be a conversation starter when you pull it out at cocktail hour with your girlfriend. Makeup Shayla has done a collaboration with Dose of Colors. This is really cute. So this is their new bridal inspired collection. This is available today. Includes the wifey eyeshadow palette, the icing on the cake lip trio, and there's also a blush and highlighter. So congratulations to Shayla. She got, I can't remember when she got married, last year maybe, I don't know. She got married recently, so definitely makes sense for her to do this beautiful bridal collection. Everything looks so pretty, but you know, it's just, I don't really feel like it's for me right now. I feel like maybe if this even came out like next month, I'd be a little bit like, maybe, but I'm still just a little salty about the time of year that it is. So, you know, I'm gonna pass on that one for personal reasons. I see this beautiful palette from Sugar Drizzle Polish, the Mattes palette, launching September 17th. This is so beautiful. I love all of the purples in here. I think it's a very eye-catching palette. I haven't tried Sugar Drizzle myself, but again, with the palettes that I just got from Kaleidos, and also the Natasha Denona has some like those kind of like burgundy shades in there. I don't feel like it's something that I have to have. Makeup Eraser has a cute set with Disney Out, the Mickey and Friends 7-day set. This is $25 for the set. I think that these are so cute. I try to mention them a lot because I think they come up with really fun ideas, and I think that they're great products. Instead of constantly using makeup wipes, you can use them to take off your makeup. You can use them for swatches. I have enough in my collection right now, so I don't think that I would need them, but still very fun. This is interesting. Essence is coming out with the Change Your Cheek Game Color Changing Blush Oil. Special formula reacts to the pH of your skin, and in addition to a natural pink glow, also gives you hydration. Dewy blusher, super blendable, can be built up to the intensity as desired. Coming soon. This is interesting because we've gotten a lot of pH lipsticks. I don't know if I've ever seen a pH blush that's also supposed to give you this dewiness. For whatever reason, it makes me want to try it. I know, I don't know why I'm this way either, but I can't help myself. Also though, did we just have more? I mean, I have been sitting here for over an hour, so we've had some more come out. From Morphe for Holiday 2022, we have a Champagne Glow Artistry palette, some more palettes in here, a mascara set, the Mist and Mingle setting spray set. Honestly, out of everything, I really do like the Morphe setting spray. Sometimes if you can get a good deal on those around holiday time, not the worst thing. But some larger eyeshadow palettes, looks like some 9-pan palettes as well, some brushes. I'm just not a big Morphe babe these days, so I'll probably skip on that one for holiday. And then one more thing that got posted, this is from Olaplex. This is the Broad Spectrum Shellating Treatment. This is, oh, it says a pro only. So it's only available at Cosmoprof. It says purifies hair down to the cortex to remove product buildup, oil, hard water, minerals, chlorine, heavy metals, etc., etc. So looks like you probably will have to be a professional in order to purchase this. So I'm definitely not going to, because clearly look at my hair. I'm not a professional in any sort of the sense. But sometimes some of those Olaplex products you do want to be careful with, because they are very like pro level products. Okay, anyways, I've been over here for over an hour. I knew this was going to be long. I'm sure I'm well over my 40 minutes, but obviously with 2 weeks, we had a lot to get through. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts. What are you thinking about holiday? What are you thinking about some of these new releases? I would love to know. Thank you again so much for your support last week and your understanding with me taking some time off. And as always, if you enjoyed this one, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.